What is up, App Nation? It is Steve P. Young, founder of appmasters.com, the place you go when you want action-packed content related to helping you grow your downloads and, more importantly, those revenues. And part of that downloads equation is in ASO. And these videos always do well when you got a lot of questions for me related to growing your downloads through ASO. So if you got a question, make sure you leave a comment in the chat. And one thing I want to open up with is, should I move the start time of this live stream a bit earlier? All right. If you guys can do the math for me, right now it's 9 a.m. in California. If you like 7, 8, put it in the comments below, because I'm really curious to see if we need to do it a little bit sooner, especially with daylight savings. Okay. Don't mind me. I'm going to tweet this really quick. Whoops. Wrong profile. Okay, I'll have to do it a little bit later while I try to do both. All right. So the newsletter, we have a newsletter. If you haven't joined it, make sure you join the newsletter. We have a presentation that I'll go, and these are questions that I got from the newsletter folks. So we're going to prioritize that first. All right, let me say hi to a few people. What up, Miguel? Good to see you. Crypto Crunch, Babu, Crypto Wolf. Oh, we got competitors here. We got the Crunch and the Wolf here. What's up, Vivek? Good to see you. I like this time. What's up, Nathan? Good to see you from France. Who's this? Babu, perfect time. It's 5 a.m. Okay, all right. No earlier. Morning, Steve. Please, no earlier for me. Okay, all right. South Africa. That's awesome. What's up, Shane? All right, and I know, Rudy. I see your questions. All right, okay. So we might keep it the same then. I thought you guys would want earlier. Sanchi, they don't want earlier. Maybe. All right, here we go with hashtag. Man, I still can't get that premium on Twitter, that verified for some reason. I don't know. All right, let's get started. Enough having fun. All right, lots of people. Birda, good to see you. All right, I do want to say hi to a lot of people. Thank you guys for being here. I'm excited. All right. And look, I love doing these Indie App Santa giveaways. So if you got a dad joke and you want to compete with me, make sure you got something ready. All right. We're going to compete. Here we go. All right. Oh, one more thing. I do want to thank our friends at asomobile.net. They are a longtime sponsor of the show. We love supporting them too. They're your Ukrainian company. They've got a great Black Friday deal. I'm already logged in here, but I will go and show this off to you guys. But they got a great Black Friday deal where you can get access to all their tools for absolutely free. Absolutely free. And so go sign up for ASO Mobile. You can unlock it, try it out. And if you like it, well, then you can use the code AppMasters40 to unlock 40% off any of their plans, right? So again, no risk to you. Go sign up for all their tools during Black Friday week. It's only available during this week. And then if you like it, go use AppMasters40 to save 40% off. And I'm going to be showing off their tool along the way as you have different questions. All right, let's get to it. Got the housekeeping out of the way. Roger says, Steve, thanks for making this AMA. No problem, Roger. In the App Store, do you fill metadata to the character length? Some say less is better, that it somehow emphasizes the remaining keywords. I usually try to fill them up to 100. What's your experience in this area? Roger, I can't remember if I put more keywords into this app that we just launched, and I'm trying to be more private. I'm trying to give you guys details, but like, anyways, I'm trying to balance between oversharing and the right amount so that you guys can, it's actionable. I usually fill up the 100%. Now, I've seen some apps. Here's what I'll say. I worked with a client where they barely filled it up and it was the worst ASO, but they ranked number 2 for a very, very high traffic keyword. And the reason is they were driving a lot of user acquisition, paid acquisition, right? Facebook, Google, everywhere. They're driving. So they were, without just suboptimal ASO, they were able to rank number 2 for a very valuable term. And they did not fill it up. Now, when I launched my app, this new app that I'm talking about, I repeated the keyword in the title, the subtitle, and in the keyword field, all I had was my main keyword. So whatever, meditation, comma, app, comma, free. And then I launched it. And using some of our ASO tricks, we were able to get to number one for, let's say, meditation as an example, right? So test it. What I would say is if you're early on and there's just a handful of keywords that you really want to rank for, and that's been my strategy. If I'm brand new, launching a brand new app, I'm going to pick 3 to 5 keywords and really go all in on those keywords. Don't fill it up to 100. It worked for me. And then since I think, Roger, I've filled up the 100% of the keywords, and now I am still number 1 and 2. We're fluctuating. Okay. Do you recommend making social media posts about Black Friday holiday deals, or would it hurt the current customers who paid the full price? No, look, we're all used to it, right? Like it's almost like we don't want to buy anything at this point. We're waiting for the Black Friday deals. So I would say don't worry about the people who have bought it at full price. They're not going to care as much, and they might not be following you. So it depends on your audience, but I think we're all used to it at this point where we're like, oh shoot. I think the people you have to be careful about and are the consumers that bought it like a day or two before versus a year or two before. So I wouldn't overthink it. I would just do it. All right. Don Dev from Morocco. I love it. I love it. Gochan says, hey, Steve, I prepared a couple of questions for you. Hope you get a chance to take a look. Yeah, I will. Oh, and then Isanchi, I hope I'm going to rely on you to try to get some questions, and maybe just their names would be good for me too. I love that it's a diverse community. So I guess everybody is okay with the start time. Is that a yes or a no? Can I get some feedback? All right. Johnny, I'm going to assume this is Johnny. Hi, Steve. On Android, Google Ads work pretty good. I tried on iOS and was able to get pretty cheap downloads, but the traffic is garbage. Do you find any success with Google Ads in iOS? I wouldn't say zero apps, but it is definitely a lot harder. I think with iOS apps, Google has been very, very, very hard to make it work. Google Ads for Google, no problem. Amazing, amazing. Google Ads for iOS, very, very, very difficult and a lot harder from our experience too. We spent $3 to $5 grand on Google using our app, testing various other things, and just did not see anything good come out of Google. So I think with iOS, I would probably just focus on Apple search ads, ASO, and then Meta or TikTok, these other channels too. So you're not, I guess part of it would be, you're not the only one having this problem, Johnny or Joni. Okay. Femi says, hi, Steve. Thanks for all the great info you put out. You're welcome. Thank you. All right. We learn by doing. Isn't that so? How do I find keywords with traction that I can build an app on? What does search traffic score mean? And what does difficulty score mean? And does adding keywords compound? Does it lead to higher ranking? Okay, let's start with the first 3 questions. How do you find traction with keywords that you can build on? Well, all that is related to the second and third questions, Femi. So what I try to find is using a tool like ASO Mobile, you can put your app, or you can put I would just put your app. But if you haven't launched, put your competitor's app, right? Oh, shoot, I put the wrong one, Birda. I think I put in your Android app instead of your, let's see. Yeah, okay. This should work better. Let me do that. So for Birda, because he's here, right? The thing I would say is, here's what you can do. You can go to app keywords on asomobile.net. And then what you can do is, now this will show you, John, that's Birda. All right, John. So this will show you all the keywords, and I would sort by search ads that you are ranked for. Right? So these are the index ones that you are ranked for. You can go into your competitors ones too and add some competitors, see what they're ranked for. You can come here and see Keyword Finder and see new keywords that you might be able to rank for. And the thing that you're looking for, especially if you're going to rely on ASO only, right? We have bigger clients where I'm like, I'm going to go after the most competitive, the highest traffic keywords. And some of our more bootstrap customers who have not hit 10 grand or 100 grand in sales, well, I'm going to try to go after lower competition. So with ASO Mobile, you can see that they tell you, hey, these are low competitive keywords, right? And then you can just do search by search score. And so what you really want to find is the right keyword blend of traffic and competitiveness. Now, going back to your question, you're looking for keywords around search traffic score of 30. I don't have any more data around like bigger apps, but all the data I do have is we had one app and we have multiple apps that are ranking number one for keyword around 30 search traffic. And that is bringing about, there's a couple of those keywords though, but that's bringing about 100 to 150 to sometimes 200 downloads a day. 2 keywords, number one with the ranking of 30. That's why I say 30, 6-figure business, right? Difficulty is just look, every tool has its own difficulty score. So you're going to have to take every difficulty with a grain of salt. The easiest way to think about difficulty is use the scores as a barometer, but not as the truth, right? Use the difficulty scores as a barometer and not as the truth. Okay, so complexity is the difficulty score here. The search score is, this is what I'm trying to find, right? And then what I'm going to also try to find is, what's the question? Oh, difficulty under 3, right? Depending on the tool you use, either 40 or 3 or 4. 3 or 4, that's what I find. But what you can also do, and I love tools like this, is like SoundCloud, right? So if they say, okay, difficulty is not too high, but you can look. Whoops. Let's see what comes up. I thought I wanted to see live results. I thought there was a way to do live results here. Yeah. Okay. So this is SoundCloud, right? And you can see that for this keyword, there's SoundCloud. So I don't care what the tools tell me, because the tools always get it wrong. I care about what I see. And so one of our apps that we helped launch in 2023, 2 years ago, at this point, I found the keyword, the difficulty wasn't under 30, wasn't under the 40. But when I searched for the keyword here, I was like, no one's going after it. You want to call your app this? He's like, let's do it. And we were able to do that. And we just did it for our app. And that's what I'm going to talk to you guys about next week is we built an app, was making no money, found the right keyword, didn't really care about the difficulty score. I saw the search ads, or the search ad score was above 30, did a search for it. Nobody was focused on it. Got it. Number one, very easy. And then we sold that app recently. And so I'm going to kind of break down that app. And if you got any questions about selling your app, let me know. And I'll break down that process for you. But that's what I would do. All right. Hope that answers your question. Let's get through the rest of these. Man, these AMAs, my voice goes. Does adding keywords compound? Does it lead to higher ranking? Yeah. I mean, look, the more downloads you can drive, Apple will just automatically start ranking you for random keywords too. So I would say, like, focus on if you're just starting out, focus on just like 5 keywords and go focus on those and get them going, right? Because you don't need that many keywords, and then you just need other ways of driving traffic, and Apple will just eventually rank you better. What does it mean to rank for keywords? That means you need to be in the top 3, Femi. You got to be in the top 3. Definitely top 1 to see any like real significant downloads, but top 3 to get some downloads getting. Do I automatically rank if I add certain keywords to my app title? Not always, but most of the time. And does the order matter in which keywords are added? Yes. That's what I will say. I'm trying to not overshare everything. I need some strategies for my own too, and for our clients. So, but yes, the orders does matter. All right, next question. Maybe I'll play it. John from the UK. Radu's here. What's up, dude? Victor, good time. All right, start time is good. Yes for New York. Yes. Okay. All right, guys. I like it. We'll keep it. We'll keep it. All right, let's get into Rudy because he's a friend of mine. Rudy, love you. So I'm going to answer your question. Rudy says, hey, Steve, upcoming Black Friday and Cyber Monday got me thinking about buying a hugely discounted subscription to ASO service. Which one do you recommend? The best bang for the buck? Rudy, well, great question. Maybe I didn't ask you to tee this up, but I would say check out ASO Mobile right here because it's free. Like, literally, you can test out their software and just start tracking your keywords, getting some data on the keywords. I really love, because most tools, Rudy, won't show you the keywords. You have to add the keywords. And I love any tool that will tell me the keywords because it saves me so much freaking time, right? I don't have to think about it. You would just add your app and they just load all the keywords. So asomobile.net, Rudy, and just Play around with it. It's absolutely free. You have nothing to lose. All right. Let's get into the newsletter. I know you guys showed up live, but I love my newsletter people too. Okay. Because you're just watching. These guys, at least I have their email address. All right. I don't know who asked this question, but we blocked it out. Hey, Steve, questions for me. Is it worth targeting lots of 5 popular keywords when you're struggling to get higher? Oh, popularity keywords. Even on 14, I'm only 4th. Yeah. So this is what I would say, John Doe. I would say yes, especially if you're having this difficulty. And that's what I started doing too. I was like, forget it. Let me just, and especially if it's relevant, right? Go for it. Because that is part of the strategy. You start indexing for a few of these keywords, Apple starts seeing some traffic come through, and then you go and start going after higher traffic keywords. But this is why I love the app advice campaign, because you drive a lot of downloads through that service and it will start getting you indexed for a lot of keywords. So that's why I like it, All right, can you explain this behavior? I've seen lots of new apps taking over a keyword and pushing my app down, but I've just released a different app and it's not getting an initial boost for keyword and targeting. Does the initial keyword boost no longer exist? And perhaps these apps are using black hat strategies. No, they have very few ratings. They could be. That's probably what's happening in there. And that's probably why I keep telling you guys, look, I feel like it's a necessary evil, some of these black hat strategies, because a lot of people know about them now. A lot of people are utilizing it. And, so it's important to either figure out different marketing, different ways of driving downloads, or utilize black hat strategies. Because you got to think people are either using black hat strategies with ASO, using paid marketing like Meta or Apple Search Ads to drive downloads. And if you're only relying on white hat ASO, it leaves you very, very, very your chances of success is a lot lower, right? That's what I feel. So unless you go viral on TikTok, organic TikTok, you have to have a different way of driving downloads. It can't just be white hat ASO. That's not going to do it these days. All right, well, that's it. All right, let's get into some of the questions you got here as well. All right. Mohammed was here. This was the first question. Most of our users from the USA, and we want to scale our games on the App Store. We are considering using Apple Search Ads and Google Ads for user acquisition. Which platform do you recommend? If it's a game, I would try out Apple Search Ads first and then maybe move to Meta. Like I just said, Mohammed, Android downloads, Google for Android is better. Now, it's not to say it won't work for iOS. It's just rarer to see it work on iOS. There's one client, and every other client we've tried it on iOS, it just hasn't worked for Google. So, all right, let's see. Kochan. Ronnie says, congrats on the Indie App Santa acquisition. Thank you. I'm running a deal with you all soon. Great. What country should I expect the most downloads from? I assume USA. Yes, it is USA. Ronnie, sometimes, we'll even see China, like different countries will pop up. But look, if Indie App Santa is just a distribution network, right? Your deal and your app is what gets us, whether we get 5,000 or 30,000 downloads. One of our clients did a lifetime free on Indie App Santa before we acquired it, and we saw 30,000 downloads, right? 30,000 because it got picked up by other deal sites out there. So that's why I'm like, if you're just starting out, give up the lifetime, as long as it makes sense for you from a cost perspective. And just think, look, the cost, I just talked to a client yesterday. We did an Indie App Santa sale. He's like, Steve, my costs have gone up to $60 a day, but he got like 7,000 downloads. So I was like, all right, well, let's calculate the cost. Like at a week, maybe it's, let's just say $60 to make math easy. In 10 days, it's $600. You got 6,000. The usage hopefully will go down. You can fix it. So it's not a marketing cost. It's a usage cost, right? If you think about it. So, but you have guaranteed downloads and guaranteed users. And what you can discover, especially if you're brand new, is do you have any faulty features? Because it's a free way of running it, right? Just think how much money you have to spend to get 100, 1,000 users. And if you just need 100, then maybe don't do App Advice or Indie App Center. But if you want 1,000 on your platform really soon, lifetime free is the way to go. All right, go, John. Since you prepared so much, how would you go about identifying keywords to optimize an iPad's ranking in the App Store? Ooh, okay. Also, what are the best practices to incorporating those keywords into the keyword list? All right, Gochan, this is a great question. I love it. iPad, what I've been saying is the blue ocean. I saw somebody from MVM. They've got a lot of great apps and a lot of big apps. Talk about this on LinkedIn. He's like, iPad is a gold mine. I was like, yo, I've been saying this forever. Watch this video. He's like, yes. Anyways, so what I would do is you have to go higher traffic keywords. All right, Gochan. Because iPad scale wise, we had one client doing 2 million overall in sales, 1.4 on iPad. Amazing, right? So you do the math. You want to find a really, really high traffic keyword because iPad has less users, less search scores, and no tool differentiates iPhone and iPad search scores. So you got to really go after the really, I would say 40 and up. Just go after it. But it's a lot easier to rank for those keywords. It's a lot easier to get to number one for those keywords. So you have to pick the higher ones. And what we've done for certain clients, and we did this, we made 1,000 organically off of iPad for this other client. I'm proud of it because we were spending 2,000 to make 1,000 actually, and they were fine with that too. But I was like, we need to get profitable here. So we're barely spending any money on marketing, but making about 1,000. And it's been fluctuating, but it's all on iPad. That's just my way of saying we went all in on those keywords for iPad. So we didn't care about the iPhone listing for that because it was just way too competitive on the iPhone side of things. And we optimized for the iPad. So the title, you can't differentiate iPhone and iPad titles. So we went with the keywords that were targeting the iPad rankings, right? Hope that answers your question. Eric says, hey, Steve, we can use app advice and indie apps Santa campaigns to boost keywords. Do they also boost keywords which have higher difficulty? This is for a brand new app. For a brand new app, Arc, like I said, I wouldn't go after those keywords, especially if you're not running any paid marketing. I wouldn't just go after those keywords. I try to focus on 40 and less. Look, even with that, if it ranks and nobody's focusing on it by having the title and subtitle, that's what I mean, right? If you find a keyword in the 50s and 60s difficulty score, but nobody has it in their title and subtitle, go ahead and use it. But yes, it does help, but you probably won't get super high than you would for a lower difficulty keyword. All right, go John. Here's your second. If you're analyzing App Store rankings for a specific keyword, what factors would you examine to understand why competitors are ranking higher than you? Yeah, I mean, dude, it really freaking depends. There's a couple of factors that I've been playing around with. So, one, title, obviously, right? 2, ratings. 3, revenues. 4, black hat strategies. And then 5, click-through rates. And the click-through rate is a metric that I never paid attention to, but we are trying out new things for our app where we have an in-app event. We have a new screenshot that we think will help with the click-through rate. And we're doing what we need to do to maintain it. So we're number 1 right now, and we're trying to maintain that number 1 ranking as well. So I'm trying out new things, but those in that order, just hit rewind. That's how I would do it. All right. Thank you for all the start time stuff. Roger says, thank you so much. As always, very insightful. The lifetime is good, but not earlier, please. Man, you guys love this late time. All right. Anybody in India okay with this time too? Oh, Victor's got a dad joke. All right. We got to remember this, Victor. You and me, one-on-one. All right. Rudy says, Kinder QR. Rudy, you got a new app, bro? If I use US index localizations like Arabic, Spanish, Spain, Mexico? I didn't know that. Read Russian. Should I repeat Geometry Solver as a title in all of them? Or can I use different titles without lessening the weight of the US title? Yeah, you can use different titles. I've done it, Rudy. Go ahead. Rudy, I was just thinking about you earlier because, I was like, we're doing a Revenue Cat challenge, growth challenge. So if you haven't looked at it, go to the Revenue Cat blog, and then you can learn all the details where we're going to grow in public. We're going to pick an app with Revenue Cat, and we're going to build in public. So you're going to go work closely with me and our team to grow your app in public. But Rudy, you're the first one where we grew in public too. All right, Yusef said, is it possible to see how much a keyword costs or its price range for Apple search ads? I don't think so. I don't think so, unless you just put it into the Apple search ads platform, but I don't think any tool is going to tell you. Is it free? The price of platforms like this is high. I think you're talking about ASO Mobile. Don't say it, that, and all that stuff. Okay. If you're talking about that, Yasin, yes, ASO Mobile is not, there is a free plan that you can get started with. And then it's free for this week, like the big plans. So you can test out their premium plans for this week only to, yeah, give it a shot and see if it works. All right. Don Dev says, how often should app metadata and keywords be updated to maintain or improve ASO performance? At least once a month. At least once a month. All right. Nathan says, I trust more live results in difficulty. Like if the keyword is used by apps in title, subtitle, and the ratings on last 30 days are for those apps. I agree, Nathan. I agree. It's just really, really hard. So I use it as a barometer, but I also look at the live results. Femi, you're here. Good to see you, bro. All right. Soup Master. All right, Soup Master. I have a good niche. And can get users from things like Facebook groups, but the keywords are very competitive. I plan to target Apple search ads on competitors. Any advice? I'm assuming Soup Master, you mean any advice? So yes, Apple search ads. Look, and we're gonna do some more videos on Apple search ads, but Apple search ads, there's only a handful of keywords that will be profitable for you beyond your brand, right? So if you're trying to figure out like, hey, I can't make Apple search ads work, don't worry. If you literally, for one of our clients, we're spending $40,000, $50,000 a month on Apple search ads, and I can count on my hand how many on exact match work as an ROI positive. So I feel like moving in the future, there's some new campaigns that we have new campaign structures when Apple search ads that we're putting together for clients, and they will only be available in the App Masters Academy as well. Because I'll show you how you can set up these exact match campaigns. But this other one, I don't want it publicly known because where's my advantage? So, anyways, we're gonna share that only in the Academy. But I feel like those two campaigns are the only two campaigns you need for Apple search ads. Sticky Game says, hi, Steve. How much time we have to wait until ASO results for after an update? Thank you. Sticky, look, it's usually pretty immediate, right? And that's why I'm like, I personally believe if you have just done the white hat way, it might work, but a little bit of black hat always, without a little bit of black hat, I won't know for sure if I can rank for that keyword. That's the stand I'm taking because I've just seen it with our apps. And I'm like, oh, we shot up to #1. Great. No. And by the way, guys, like I've done this with my own app. I've shot up to #1 using some strategies. Okay. Let's call them gray hat. Let's not call them black hat. Let's call them gray hat. And I've maintained it. So it's not like I'm continually doing it anymore. I did it once just to get to #1 and I stopped. And I've stayed #1. So usually finding the right keyword is the hardest part, but once you do, you don't need much more than just a little push. Jay, good to see you. Great to see you. Oh, Joy. Okay. Hey, Joy. Sorry, Joy. Ronnie, you interested in me sending some of my indie app results data to you after I run my campaign? Ronnie, yes, please. If you guys run an indie app campaign, one, if you're happy with it, definitely share it. Two, if you're unhappy with it, definitely share it with me. Like, let me know. And you can even share it publicly. We'll figure it out. Like I want to get better at making this a great platform for indie developers to get early traction, and even for established apps to even grow sales from that, right? If you're just starting out, do a lifetime free. I think it's definitely worth it. If you are established, do some discounts because really you're just trying to get ROI positivity on that campaign, right? It's just a couple $100. Okay, let me get into this. Got it. All right, I see some more questions here. And let's go into the app audit because you know what? They want to do this. All right. So let's do some app audits. And then Victor, you and I will battle in the dad jokes. That was loud, right? I got to fix that. All right. Hassan, you? No, I'm kidding. You want to fix that for me? All right. Hi, Jules says, hi, I just launched my app in one country and the rest of the world is in pre-order. That's awesome. I didn't know you can do that, Jules. Jules, did you put everything in pre-order and then just hit available in a certain country? If you did that, I didn't know you could do that. That's a great idea. All right. I'm glad I randomly went into this. All right, Victor. Here's Victor's joke. And then you're going to do my joke. All right. Let me see. All right. Victor says, why can't... All right, let me just read it like this. Victor says, why can't the T-Rex clap their hands? Well, that's because they're dead. Oh, Victor, that's too on the nose, my friend. Too on the nose. All right. That's Victor's joke. And because it's Thanksgiving around here, I'm going to give you a Thanksgiving joke. Where did I put it? By the way, ChatGPT, great for Thanksgiving joke. All right, Victor, you and me. Victor, what sound does a turkey's phone make? What sound does a turkey's phone make? Wing, wing. I said wing, wing. There you go. Put V if you thought Victor's joke was better, and put S if you thought my joke was better. And if Victor beats me, if Victor beats me, then he'll get a free Indie App Santa promotion on us. So it's a very important vote. All right. Come on, judge fairly. I don't want to just give away all these App Santa promos. All right, we've got this app, and let's go into this app right now. Oh, if you want your app featured or audited or tear down in a future live stream, just go to appmasters.com/audit, appmasters.com/audit, and you'll see all the links to have a consultation with me or even sign up for our academy. All right, I see some votes coming in. Thank you guys. All right, let's take a look at Hung's app. Hung is got this Life Hacks app, and then he wants help with the UI UX, content, and monetization. Shoot, Hung, I forgot to put my phone QuickTime inside Chew on my team. He and I were chatting, looking at IMAX, and then lost track of time. So it's all his fault that I don't have this prepared. Okay, guys. All right, Hung. Well, let me go into, as I do this, yeah, let me go into your ASO real quick. And then we'll get started. I know I listen to my podcast over sometimes. And I'm like, wow, these breaks are weird. How many podcasts actually go into breaks? Okay, am I stalled? All right, here we go. Hung, sorry. All right, I want to, this, look, life hacks, really cool, but I don't know how else you can drive traffic. So one of the things that I like bring life hacks, or you can just say life hacks app, right? Here's one of the things I would do. From an ASO perspective, I've got your app hung on our ASO mobile. See, this is why we were looking for new iMacs, and my computer's going crazy. Okay. So here's your app hung. The problem is there's just not a lot of download keyword searches for life hacks on the App Store. So you have a discoverability problem, right? When I do life hacks, the search ad score is only 5. You are ranked number 5 for it, but it's only 5. So you want to think through, like, what are the different life hacks? There's an interesting keyword that I found yesterday for somebody who wanted to work with us. And I was like, looking at the ASO tools, and I was like, what? This one has search traffic? I was like, let's work together on this keyword. Because I saw, like, to Nathan's point and my point, like, the live results nobody was targeting it, and the search score was 44. I was like, I never even thought of this keyword. Interesting. So anyways, you want to just try to find new keywords that have, so you might want to come into ASO mobile, do it for free, go into the lower competition keywords, sort by search traffic. And I kind of did this. Live 360, probably not worth it. Maybe this, right? Like, and then this is how I find keywords. I'm like, what does this even mean? And so I can click this and see the live results. So the keyword I found is knowledge is power. I'm like, what is that? Okay, there's an app called Knowledge is Power, or game. I don't know. It's on PlayStation. Anyways, so that's how I try to find new keywords. And literally that's how I find out about different things. Life 360, Life Save. So that's the problem. There's just not a lot of volume for this keyword, but I know you wanted me just take a look at the app itself too. So I will get into that as well. All right. I like it. Got over 100 people live here. That's cool. All right. Let's get into Hung's app. Bring hacks. All right. Read hacks smarter every day. Now, Hung, like, be careful with this, because if you're seeing a lot of drop off here, then go ahead and keep it. But if you're not, then I like that you have continue as guest. So what should we call you? All right, Steve. Whoops. It's going through the app. Does this idea seem interesting to you? And you might just want to remind people what this app is all about, right? Kind of like Headway does. They can access short form content over whatever. I might want to add a little bit more, but that's up to you. Does this idea seem interesting? Set up your kid's email address, start sending them memories, and give them, yeah, that's cool. I like that. Put a lemon wedge in salt water when boiling eggs. Oh, yeah, I love that. It's a great idea. Soaking your feet in hot water is one of the most effective. Really? That's great. Love this. When someone avoids your question, pauses, and maintain eye contact. This simply implies that you're aware of the truth, making them uneasy and prompting them to share their thoughts. This one was there. Your question, pause and maintain eye contact. This implies that you're aware of the, okay. Search custom stuffed dog on Google. A lot of websites allow you to send them a picture of their dog and they will create a stuffed animal. No, I don't care about that. No, it's no offense, Luna. She's over there. That's my dog. I got you. I don't need a stuffed animal. Your hacks are ready. So your hacks already hung, not is ready. Just FYI. Okay, allow. I like that. Ah, save your personal hacks. I love this. I think email marketing is very important, guys. Don't sleep on it, right? It's the stage. One of our clients just added email marketing and it's been around. It's like it took them 2 years, but we obviously making money from this app, scaling this app. And now it's like, okay, let's do some email marketing. And so I love it. And he gives me a reason to give me the email. Now, see, this is the problem, Hung. You gotta start free trial. Like it's going to be hard, especially with the X up top, to start free trial because I have no idea to scroll. Look, a lot of people, we assume people know that they can scroll, but not everybody knows. So you want to put this as high as possible. I don't like this paywall because the $9.99 should be where this. So I would change 3 days free, put $99 a year so that I can just easily compare. Right. And then put like popular or and save whatever percentage, but you want to show it above the fold. Right. Above the fold, meaning I don't have to scroll to see your pricing plans. Remind me before my trial ends. Cool. Yeah. See, like all this social proof stuff, you're burying all of it. Right. It could be as easy as unlock your better self or your new self, whatever it is, pricing, social proof, and then features too. You can play around with it, but that's what I would do to this paywall. If I were you. All right. Tap on the top left category to leave. Okay. Love that. Tap on the right for smells. Okay. I love that category. Tap on the heart to save. Yep. Got it. Love this promo. This is a better promo, but put some social proof on here too. I started to see things that I'm seeing in apps. Like some apps are saying 24 people have signed up in the last hour. I think that's definitely the future. And I want to build a widget that you can easily do that for. But like, do that. These are things that work on the web. Do that too. So I'm going to claim now. I'm going to hit X, but I love that too. Welcome GIF. Love the timer on that. Yeah, it's great. It's really good. Everything else looks really positive, man. I think the content's awesome. You got ads on here too. Nice. Nice. And you got a community. That's awesome, bro. I would talk about the community aspect of it too. Like join our private community. You know, people love that. Love it. Okay. Great job, Hung. Hope that's helpful. All right. Let's get into the votes. It's on you. Oh my God. We got a lot of comments. Let me just remember where I left off. You're the OG. Thank you, my friend. All right. The Shada Panda. Okay. That's the person I got to come back to. All right. Sorry, Victor, but it was all me. S, but painful. Thanks. Good. Thank you. You guys are actually honest. Vivek, you voted too many times. So that's one. I think I won that one. Vivek voted too many for me to know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 versus 1, 2, 3. Ooh, just by one. Oh my gosh. All right. Yeah. See, I should stop giving stuff away. You guys are always going to support it. Okay. Let me get to some of the questions here too. Holy cow. Hi, Steve. I released my app about 2 weeks ago, but can't drive any downloads to the app. 55 till now. How do I prioritize for building new features to make the app better and doing ASO? That's a great question, Shadow Panda. Everything is fixable if you have downloads. That's what I would say. I built a basic app in the very beginning. It was good enough, and I just got it out there, and I want to download. You can always improve when you have the downloads. So work on downloads first. Don't worry about features. You think people care about the features. They don't. Ultimately, every equation becomes easier to solve when you have downloads. So just focus on that in the time being. That's why I say give away the lifetime, because why do you want to be stuck for another 2 weeks or another 2 months, or some people another 2 years? Give away the lifetime, get some users, then you figure out what features to build. We did the lifetime for our AI app, and I got some great user feedback that we're starting to implement. So it was a great way to get early user feedback. The app had no ratings. I just made the lifetime for free, and I just wanted to get early users. That's all it's there for, right? That's why I bought Indie App Santa, because I was like, hey, this is a great platform for early developers to get some early traction for their app. All right. What CPI range should we expect on Meta for a mental health and meditation app in the USA? I usually see 5 to 6, but at this rate, profitability is tough, even with good LTV. Any advice? I would probably say that range, with Meta and Ace, like what you really have to do, and one of our clients, we are doing this, is not look at your App Store Connect data too, because Meta will under-report your actual downloads if you just look at Meta. So that 5 to 6 might actually be 3 to 4, right? And that's what we saw with one of our clients. He's like, dude, I can't scale at this CPI. And when we looked at it, it was a lot lower than what Meta was reporting. And I can show him real, true data that Meta was underreporting, because they started Meta in May. And if you look at the downloads through AppRefer, through Meta in April, there was pretty much zero, right? There was like maybe 1 or 2 a day because of social media content, but that was it. So that's just my way of saying I would probably aim for, I think you can get to 3 to 5, right? But look at the App Store Connect data and don't just look at that true number from the Meta Ads Manager. David says, I experiment with the no payment now required text over start free trial. The trial increased by 30%, but trial conversion decreased by 50%. Any idea? Wow, that's crazy. That kind of sucks. Then I usually see the trials increase by that rate, but not necessarily trial conversion decrease. So I would say, okay, David, get people faster to the aha moment, right? Maybe this isn't a marketing problem. Maybe this is a feature problem, because they were interested enough to start the trial. Now you got to get them to see the value quicker, and maybe test that, maybe some subtle UI UX changes to that, and then work around that metric to try to get a higher trial conversion. Don Dev says, when is the best time to start running ads for an app launch? How can this boost organic growth? Look, the way I would do this, Don Dev, if you're launching an app, the formula is app advice for lifetime free or Indie App Santa. Here's the way I would do it, okay? App advice, lifetime free to run. Okay, been using them for so long. Love them. Then, a couple of months later, go to Indie App Santa, us, and you can either, depending on where you're at with downloads, you can do lifetime free again, or you can do a price drop on a lifetime offer. And that usually drives a lot of sales, right? So for one of our clients, we did exactly that. We use app advice to get the lifetime free, to boost the downloads, to boost the ratings. Then we went to Indie App Santa. Now that we had the ratings, we went to Indie App Santa, and then we went to do our magic there. And we made the lifetime $10. and we drove $1,000 in that day. So that's the value of Indie App Santa. You can do it that way. One Indie App Santa customer is using Indie App Santa because they're having trouble getting ratings in the US. So App Advice, they require ratings. Indie App Santa, we don't, right? So if you want to do Indie App Santa first to get the ratings, you can also do that. But that's what I would do, because the boost in organic, the boost in growth, why I like these App Advice and Indie App Santa is because we can drive downloads. People are less picky about whether you have a lot of ratings or not. But if you're starting to run ads, my assumption is that if I'm running ads for an app that has like 1,000 ratings or 100 ratings, it's a lot better than running ads for an app that has 1 to 5. And that's what I told one of our clients. He's like, should I run Apple search ads? I was like, you have 5 ratings and you're making $100 a month. Let me try this lifetime free hack and let's see what happens. And the first month we made $7,000. Because I'll tell you guys, with all these campaigns, you only have to be free for 2 days. If your app is good enough, people will come in, forget to do it, and then just end up paying you anyways. So you boost the downloads and you actually boost the sales pretty well too. We did it for our app on Indie App Santa. We made $500, $600 from that campaign. And we did a lifetime free. But the days after that, we made $600. So, do the math on that one. Indie App Santa is like $200, $300 to run. You made $600. That's 2x ROI for a very little amount, right? Okay. Harvey says, have you experimented with not having many keywords to increase the weight of them? Yeah, Harvey, I have. I really like your icon. It's from Suits. Yeah, we have. And look, I can't say for certain if it always works all the time, but if you're brand new and there's only a handful of keywords you're going after, do it. Like for our app, we just focused on 2. One main keyword and just that's it. And so we're starting to see a few $100s in sales. And sometimes it's $1,000, like $500, $600 in sales for this app that we have. All right. Rudy says, I applied for Revenue Cat Growth Challenge, so I count on you to influence the elections here. You got it, Rudy. Do my job, Captain. All right. Roman says, hey, Steve, should I have a company register for my app? Are there any advantages for incorporating the company? Roman, look, this is what my team said, because I was thinking about this. What we launched this new AI app that I want to invest real money into. And I was like, I need to set up the LLC. I need to do all this stuff. And they're like, Steve, let's not wait. Let's just launch it as an individual and then go ahead and move over to the LLC. So that's what I did. And that's what it happened. So we launched it. That's the $600 revenue app that we just made with the Indie App Santa campaign. And I'm going to, now officially put the LLC together, and I'm going to transition it into an LLC. So what I'm trying to say is time is the most important variable. Go after that. So launch it. If you haven't launched, then launch it. If the app hasn't launched. All right. What's up, Nurex? AI video dubbing or breathing exercises app? Which one would be good? Oh, man. Definitely not breathing exercises. So Nurex, maybe AI video dubbing. All right. Soupmaster says that. All right. Harvey X says, I have an app that's making about $50 a month, but no ratings and reviews at all. I do show the prompt after the paywall. Any reason behind that? How many downloads are you getting? Because only 1% of all the downloads, if you're asking for the rating prompt early on, only 1% of the downloads will give you a review. So you do the math. Pretom says, what is white hat and black hat? So white hat is just doing the basics pretty much, right? And black hat would be, look, there are a bunch of black hat. One black hat strategy that I no longer do and I no longer recommend, but I did do this and it did work, is buying reviews. Okay. Don't do that. So that's black hat, right? Buying reviews, keyword boost. Those would be the big ones that I can think of. Some people say black hat for like an X on your paywall showing up 5 seconds later. I think that's fine. I'm in marketing. Like, I'm not trying to be shady. Like, look, here's my thesis. If you built a great app and you're trying out these little things, some of these strategies are great for the short term, not great for the long term. So I'm not saying do black hat all the time. I'm just saying there's a certain stage in the app where you might need it a bit more than if you're later on, right? So, and what I also know is these big, really humongous apps are doing black hat strategies too. So that's what I know for a fact. Okay, my app has around 12,000 users paying about 99 cents a year. Oh my God. I can plan to do a complete redesign and raise the price to reflect the competition in the market. Is it worth advertising before or waiting after? After, Matt. After, for sure. Sorry, can you explain what you mean by click-through rate? Yes, I think I said conversion rate. I don't know what you mean, BN, but I think I said conversion rate if you're talking about ASO rankings. So you let me know for that. Okay. Matt says, fat map. Fat Matt. I plan to grandfather in old users at a lower price, but higher than it is currently. Yeah, I like it. Apple search ads better used advanced. Yeah, Nurex. Look, it depends. Sometimes basic works a little bit better. Sometimes advanced works a little bit better. I would say if you're not going to plan to manage Apple search ads, start with basic because it's easy. Start with one country in basic. Okay. And then if it doesn't spend, then try advanced. Right. Because it gets a little tricky after a while. Okay. Jules says, yes, I did that. I got 20 pre-ordered like that. Okay. Awesome. Hi, Biaffa. All right. Great. The next person is Jay. Okay. Jay, I got you. Anybody got any other jokes here? Sancho, did you see any of the jokes? Next time. All right. Nope. All right. You guys got one more joke? I will compete with you. Okay, thanks, Sancho. S wins. Just put in the private comment chat. Sancho, if you know who won. All right. Cool. All right, let me just answer Johnny's questions. Hi, better to rank number 1 for keyword with search score 30-40 or top 3 for 50-60? I mean, obviously both, but I would say number 1 for 30-40. In my opinion, because the top 3 for a keyword that search score 60, if it's not branded, John Yunus, I don't know. As long as it's not branded, I'm sure it's fine. But I would definitely try to do number 1. I think 1 is always better. So I'd always vote for 1. Okay. Bewolfa is the one that I will talk to. All right, let's get into John's app. And John wants us. Oh, perfect. John just says ASO. So I won't go into the rest of his app. All right, let me check out John's app right here. He's got this Birda app, Bird ID, birding app, community, AI bird identifier, bird, have more fun bird watching, sync and grow your lists, find new places to go, birding, connect with nature in just a few minutes. John, I don't know if this is true. Yeah, but community might be important to some. So think about moving that a little bit earlier into the screenshots, or maybe even highlighting your community somewhere in these screenshots. I love this, by the way. This is a very beautiful app, and I love this niche too. I think it's very, very awesome. So congrats to you, mate, on this. It's really cool. Let me see how well you're doing in the US. Yeah, it's awesome, dude. Good job. Okay, let's get into your app right here, John. So I'm going to put app keywords for now because I just want to see which ones you're ranking well for. And maybe they're better in the UK. So let's go United Kingdom. Okay. So yeah, then I'm going to do search score here. That's just what I like to see. Now I want to find the keywords. What I'm looking for is to filter off of this. Yeah. Looking for anything related to bird. Because I thought bird call or bird watching would be interesting. So I'm going to come into the keyword finder. I don't know why you just got bird ID and birding and not like bird watching here. Okay, let me, while that waits, I kind of put in a few keywords here. So I'm going to put bird ID, birding. What else do you have in your title? Bird identification, bird sounds. Okay. Bird identification. And then bird watching. I'll put all those keywords. We'll do it live. Oh, I'm on the US. Oh, wow. Not that much traffic here. United Kingdom. What happened to the US? App keywords. Let's just move it. Oh. Whoops. Yeah, there's not many keywords you're number one for, John. So what I would do is, let me go back to US. Okay. Same 5 keywords: bird, ID, birding, bird watching. I felt like bird watching would have the most traffic, and then bird identification. Yeah, I guess so. Okay. You got the right keywords. So it looks like bird ID is the best one. You had it. Birding, bird identification. Love it all. Okay. So I won't say anything else. I think you're doing well from an ASO standpoint. You're going after the main keywords. If Spanish Mexico is not as important to you, it looks like did auto translate? Yeah. Then leave it in English, bird identification, because that's the other keyword, right? Bird identification and bird ID. So put bird identification in English right here too. But otherwise, I think it looks really, really solid. The other thing I like to do is, so this is the, if you were talking about when I said click through rate, that question that we got. So bird ID, this is what I mean. Oops. Go for John. That's fine. So this is what I mean. Okay. When I say look at the screenshot. So I might kind of take a look at this. And this is what I've been playing around with. I'm like, okay, well, this one has bird ID. So John, this is what I'm thinking. They have 10,000. They have bird ID. This might not be the right keyword to go after. Bird ID, bird identifier. All right. Okay, 90. You should beat these guys. You should beat these guys. It's not even in English. Yeah. So bird ID is a great keyword. There's no reason why you shouldn't be number 2, at least, at the very least. So work on that. But that keyword, you should be number 2 and not wherever you're at. All right. I don't even know if I helped John. So maybe I'll go through the app because I kind of feel bad. And I don't know if that was helpful. Okay. Let's go into the app and I'll help you with this. And I know there's some questions. I don't think I'm going to get through all of them. So we'll save it for next week. And then I'll come back. Your answer didn't get answered. Come back next week. I'll do another one just like this. Bird watching for everyone. Okay. 92%. Love this. These should be in your screenshots too. 6 minutes of daily bird song reduce. What? Amazing. It's great onboarding. What brings you most? What do you want most out of it? Probably bird identification for me. I'm new to bird watching. How did you hear about this? You're a friend. Love that. Okay. Loaded. Oh man, John. Fine. That's not my real birthday, but whatever. This is great. Looks amazing, John. Birda, love this. Okay, expecting a paywall. Love this. Boom. I knew it. Love it. So be careful with the free. This is what I found. I don't mind it here because you're not giving me too much, but I don't know what the redeem your first week. I like that. I like that. It looks really good. Yeah, everything else looks really solid, man. Love that. Log your first sighting. Love it. Yeah, they got challenges. Sorry to the audio person podcast. Don't worry, we'll get better. I'm just looking through the app and it's looking good. All right. Everything else looks really solid, John. I think the only thing I don't see is maybe where's the paywall again. This is Bird Plus. No, don't allow. Thank you. Don't want to give away my address. Okay. Sorry, John. I didn't want to do that, but I just want to see where the paywall is again. I feel like you might be hiding it, that paywall. Yeah, man. Everything else looks good. Yeah. Go get to number 2, man. Go get to number 2. I mean, if you want to do white hat, just do ASA campaigns on that, but you should be number 2 for that Birda keyword, Bird ID keyword. All right. Let's get through a few more. I've got a call and I'll try to do it for like 10 more minutes and we'll go try to answer all your questions. B Wafa says, "Hi Steve, I published a new app recently, and within 20 days, I got to 2 and 3 rank for Play Store, but the user retention is only 10 to 20%. Is there any suggestion to improve?" Yeah, focus on the key, like the aha moment. Google retention might be bad no matter what, but the aha moment is really, really important for you guys. So really figure out like where the magic moment within your app is, and try to get more people into doing that one moment. So yeah, that's really awesome. Play Store. Glenn says, "Can you make a recommendation about finding these kinds of keywords just in general without being referenced to an existing app?" Glenn, why I don't know what the however was, but why I like to use existing apps is that helps me find the new keywords. There's no way to find it without, and every ASO tool needs an app, right? So really it is about that. Like you use these tools to find keywords. The client had an idea. He's like, "This is how I would do it," right? One of my clients, he said, "Hey, I have this idea for an app." And I was like, "Okay, tell me more about it." I just put a few terms into ASO mobile and I was like, "Oh, what? Tell me more." And then I was like, "Oh, what is this keyword? What is this app?" And that's how I'm able to find it and build on this. So I will share more details, Glenn, next week if you're still around. I'll share how we found this keyword. I rebranded my app to this keyword. It went from making no money to $1,000 a month, and then me eventually selling that app too. And so it shows you the power of just one little keyword. 30 search traffic was all it was. We got to number 1 to 2 different versions of that 30. Both had 30, and then now it's gone. It's sold. So I find that a success story because, dude, it was like a year where we were making no money from that app, and just one little keyword change changed it forever. So, all right, Dick is here. Says, "How when you have an app that's long established in the US but not getting no traction in Europe?" Oh yeah, I mean, Dick, like, dude, like some people are just so US centric that they don't even care about these other countries and localizing. I think that's where you can come in and fill in the gap, right? And I think we've worked with German clients. And I'm like, why are we focused on US? Germany's a great country. It's a big country. We can get through a lot. And so we focused our ASO efforts and saw better success in Germany than we did in the US. So I know a lot of people just default to the US for like sales. And yes, there's a big, we pay a lot here. There's a lot of people here, but don't forget where other countries too. So John Sue says, "Can you review my app? Despite having over 110,000 downloads in Turkey and Brazil, I have been able to enter the US market. I'm struggling to get organic downloads. App name is Neuramind." Yeah, I can. Just go to appmasters.com/audit. Yeah. You can't shortcut that. All right. Jules, we made an app for dog owners. That's awesome. Uh, Victor says, "Next time we'll need to perform some dad joke optimization." Yeah, I'll help you do that, my friend. Where am I? Okay. Nathan. Nathan says, "Thanks for sharing ASO Mobile." You're welcome. Well, thank you to ASO Mobile for always supporting us. Nathan says, "I just found out interesting keywords there. Cool. App figures have a good tracking, but suggestions are not as pertinent. So it's hard to find new keywords." Yeah, that's what I love about them. So thank you. There you go, ASO Mobile. Valeria, she's here. Babu says, I published an app last month and made a super simple icon myself. Any new tips on how to get better icon? So yeah, let's look for your app. Wait. At 10 screen time control. I'd be remiss if I just didn't say work with us. But if you didn't want to work with us because we're going to be expensive for just that term, it's not bad. It's not bad. So let me just look at the icon. That's in. Yeah. Fiverr is a good one. And then Fiverr, 99 Designs, they're all pretty good for new icons too. If you want it more cheap, like a few $100 type of icon. I've gotten some good ones through Fiverr. Canva, try Canva. There's a lot of tools. How do I measure revenue coming from users who download my app using Apple Search Ads? Crypto, if you don't have an MMP, which is a mobile measurement partner, they're going to be services like Airbridge, Apps Flyer, Adjust. Then you can use a custom product page within the app store. If you don't have those and you're not paying for those tools, then use a custom product page and tie your Apple Search Ads to that ad. It's in the ad section. You tie that custom product page to the ad, and you'll see the sales and downloads from Apple Search Ads. I have an app that gets 100 to 200 downloads, 100 to 120 downloads organically, but people are not retaining. How to improve it? Free time. Then, this is where either you got to figure it out yourself or work towards getting people to improve your UI, UX, improve your features. This is great that you got the downloads, but you need to figure out ways to, if they are using your app, then we talked about this last week, use streaks. Streaks are a great way to bring users back into your app and keep them into the app. So add a streaks feature. Dick says, I have an app that also has a premium VPN. How do I get a share of the huge amount of traffic VPN traffic has with a custom store listing on Google? So far, I'm getting nothing. Be more niche in the VPN. That's all I'll tell you. Be more niche in the VPN. One of our clients, we saw good success in the VPN space by niching one level down. Okay. I think App Advice and Indie App Santa had a collaboration due in December last year. Hoping y'all work something out. I'm not going to work anything out, Donnie, because look, I have a great relationship. The thing is, the reason why I'm not going to work out anything is I want you to have the flexibility for those two platforms, right? I don't want you to, because we don't want to feature the same app over and over again. There's diminishing returns. I don't want to do something so big. I rather keep them separate, right? So that you can use Indie App Santa for paid promotion. You can use App Advice for free, but then you can also leverage one after the other. And that's what I did with my app. We did about 10 to 12,000 on App Advice when we first launched. And then we did Indie App Santa. It wasn't mine. I paid for that promotion. And we did 20,000 downloads a couple of months later. Same promotion, different results. So I'd rather not do it all at once. I'd rather you have the flexibility to decide if you want to do both at the same time, you do it. But I personally would try to separate it so that I can leverage another boost every other month, so to speak. Congrats, Jules, on the dog owner app. The useless shorts. Hi, Steve. Can you please advise me on what to do if Apple's not indexing my app for the main keyword, which is exactly in title? Oh, useless shorts. You're going to have to join the academy for that, but there are ways to get it indexed. If you want for free, do the App Advice campaign for free, lifetime offer, and see if it indexes. If it doesn't, sign up for the academy. Okay, Shane's got one. Okay. How much time does it take to ratings show? I made a lifetime offer. Some micro influencers, I got some downloads, but I still don't see the ratings problem. Again, do the math. If you got 100 downloads, you're only going to get one rating, most likely. So if you got 50 and none show up, you probably got 0. All right. That's what I would say. 2, if you got thousands of downloads, then you should, if you got 1,000, you should see 10. If you got 10,000, you should see about 100. Now, if you got 10,000 downloads, let's say, or even 1,000, and only 5 are showing up, it's in the realm of possibilities of what's happening. But if you got like 100,000 and only 10 are showing up, then you have a problem. And Apple's starting to. So I'm not sharing everything so publicly anymore because I feel like once I share it, it becomes useless at the higher level. Because when I share this strategy, it used to work all the time, and now people are reporting back that Apple's not always. They're getting better about policing their ratings. So not all the ratings are showing up anymore. My buddy Suitmaster said, my buddy got bit by a black widow the other day. She was 40. Eek. All right, Shane, you and me. All right, this is against Shane. Look, Vote fairly, please. Okay, vote fairly. All right. What about this, Victor? I'll give you a discount. Okay, so you have a dad joke. If you don't beat me, you get a discount for $100, and just you email us and we'll give you a promo code. So if you submit a joke, you get a discount. If you win, you get a free offer. How about that? Okay, fair, right? Fair for everybody. All right, Shane, here we go. All right, Shane says, why did the programmer quit his job? Why did the programmer quit his job? He didn't get a raise. All right. I butchered it. He didn't get a raise. There. A raise. That's a good one, Shane. I like that. I like that. Okay. All right. What's a good one then? That was really good. All right, I'll go with this one. Shane, what do you call a running turkey? What do you call a running turkey? Fast food. There you go. All right. Because it's my show, Shane. Put S for Steve and put F for Shane, because Shane's last name is Shane Flieger. So put S for Steve and then F for Shane. Or if you want to go SY and SF, that works well as well. Okay. What's up, Steve? Another Steve. Steve Carlton, new ASO tool. Haven't seen this one yet. Yeah, they've been a long time supporter, Steve. Come on now. All right, let's get into the last few minutes before we say goodbye. John says, I used to work at a keyboard factory, but I got fired because I wasn't putting enough shifts in. There you go. All right. John, you get a discount too. How about that? There you go. That's the last 3 discounts. All right. It's on you. Sean, Shane, and Victor. Sean, Shane, and Victor. Remember the last names too. Match their faces, will you? We need a face ID. All right. You guys. Ryan says, my app is only available in US and Canada for now. Should I make it available in all US speaking countries before doing app advice? I need to look into GDPRs. That's still. Oh, yeah, you probably should. But if it's going to delay, yeah, you probably should. You probably should. I agree. Sharing secrets is a bullet in your leg. Yeah, thanks, man. I appreciate that. You guys understand. I'm trying to share as much valuable content. Look, I've been doing it for years. So anyways. F, 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 SF. Oh, no. You can't. Oh, no, you did. Steve, definitely. Thank you, user F. Okay. All right. All right. Shane, that was a really good joke. All right, Shane, you get a free offer to Indie App Santa. Share your results. Let us know how it goes, but it's free. And then Hisanchu will follow up with you. But just email me, steve@appmasters.co, and then we'll take care of it. Or email, better yet, indieappsanta@gmail.com. indieappsanta@gmail.com if you have any questions about running promos on the Indie App Santa app. All right. Once again, guys, go check out asomobile.net, asomobile.net. Again, it's free. You got no risk. All right. Rudy was looking for an ASO platform, and Rudy, the God spoke to you in the form of me, Steve P. Young. I'm just kidding. And then said, Rudy, we'll deliver what you want. We'll give you ASO Mobile for free for up to a week. And if you're interested in staying on and you love the platform just as much as I do, well, use the code @masters40, @masters40 to get 40% off any of their plans. ASO Mobile, thank you so much for being a supporter. And hopefully we've done well for you as well. And Shane, you are welcome, my friend. That was a great joke, dude. All right. Next week, I'm going to be in LA, but you guys wanted me to keep the same time. So I'm going to keep the same time. I'm going to break down how we took an app making $0 for the longest time and sold it. And I can't disclose how much we sold it for, but I will disclose how much we've been making from the app, how many downloads we got, and what. Yeah, that's it. I mean, I was like, and how much we sold for it? I was like, no, I'm not sharing that. How much we were making at the time. And if you got any questions on how to sell an app and the best processes, obviously we bought Indie App Santa and we sold this app. I can tell you from both sides of the equation. All right. Till next time. And in 2 weeks, I might be out. So stay tuned for that. But until next time, thank you guys for subscribing. If you got anything out of this, make sure you like this video and share it with a friend. That means more to me than anything else. Okay. That is it. Have a great weekend.